Sandoval, 87, good to see you. Can you describe what it's like to be in this stadium, in this situation, and pitching this week?
Yeah, just super special. Obviously, I came here as a kid to a lot of games. I was just talking to our infield coach and our first base coach, Bob Delano, but about how I'd sit down third base line and watch Rafael Call, and just the amazing player he is and was, but just a beautiful experience, to be here and to pitch on Saturdays would be pretty special.
You being one of the rising stars in this league, and obviously now you're getting your opportunity to showcase your stuff, and a lot of kids that look up to you, how does that make you feel? I know you had a lot of camps and clinics over the course of the years and you're really engaging with the kids in the community. How does that make you feel now that you're here in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium, a place that you, like you said, you grew up watching?
Yeah, one of my forefronts is, has always been the impact that I have in the platform. I've always given back from a young age, but I promised myself and my family as I continued to grow throughout my career and the bigger platform I got, that I would always give back and never lose sight of that. And I feel like I've continued to do that since I've been drafted and leading up to today. I've given a lot within the Los Angeles community, Cincinnati as well. I did my last baseball camp in Cincinnati, and that was a huge success. So I look forward to continuing to do that and to be able to have kids come to the game. I'm sure there'll be a lot of guys that'll come out. I just saw one of our Notre Dame players out there on the field, so for them to see it up close, for kids to know that it's obtainable and to actually see it, and there'll be kids down on the field, so the closer they are to the players, I think the more they'll realize that they can actually do it.
And you being obviously one of the rising stars, like I said, but being a Black American baseball player and seeing what MLB is trying to do with the RBI program, is there anything else you feel like MLB can do to get more young Black kids engaged into the game so they can come through the ranks like you did and been able to have their opportunity? Yeah,
I can touch on a lot of different kind of topics and ideas. I'd be here for another 20 or 30 minutes talking about it, but I think the most important thing is providing the opportunity for those players and those children. I received that opportunity at a young age, at 7, at the Youth Academy, kind of put together by the Angels and the Dodgers. Started there at 7 years old and finished up there at the Academy at about, I want to say 11 or 12, kind of going right into high school. I had some amazing exposure to past players, coaches that had great careers in this game, and to be able to be around that at the age of 7 while my peers were, my other players were being coached by guys that maybe finished in high school or maybe went to college, but I was around professional coaches and even current players that came to the academy to either take ground balls or put on pitching clinics, outfield clinics, whatever it is, to be around that and kind of have that upbringing through the game is pretty special. So I think the most important thing is like I said, giving those kids that opportunity. There's a lot of kids out there, that's all they need to take off and to succeed. So I think the more opportunities we can give for Black players and kids, will continue to increase the numbers in the game.
You said you could talk for 30 minutes. How much time have you spent talking to anybody at MLB or anybody else in a position of power about what could be done differently, what could be done more to turn out among Black kids?
Yeah, not as many, I guess, people in power. I've had conversations here and there about simply like the percentage of scholarships that are given out. There's no 100% full ride scholarship. So, for example, a school like SC or some of these other colleges that are $70,000, $80,000 a year, these families got to come up with another 50 grand. If these kids get a 60% scholarship or 75, whatever it is. I received a 75% scholarship, so I didn't even have the other 25 covered. So that's a challenge, So you have basketball and football where they give 100% scholarships, and kids can go to school and not have to worry about anything. That's not really the case with baseball. So that's just one of the things. But yeah, there's a lot of like I said, things that we can talk about. But to keep it short, it's being able to be given that opportunity, and I think a lot of kids will seize that. There's a lot of kids that like to play baseball. You know, there's a I guess a cloud or a stigma of, you know, there's no black kids that want to play the game of baseball, and that's not the case. I just came from Atlanta. There's a lot of black baseball players in Atlanta, Chicago as well. So those kids are out there. They just need to be given the right opportunities.
Just no conversations with MLB.
No.
So the last I looked was 11.5 scholarships, baseball scholarships in college baseball. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Full baseball scholarships. So that's why they kind of divvy them out in half scholarships and three-quarter scholarships, so they can get more guys on the team to play, right?
I believe so. I'm not with NCAA, so I don't know all the details, but the amount of scholarships given isn't like football or basketball. It's not even close.
When you were talking about, you were down in Compton, is that where you went to the facility today?
No, I wasn't out there today. I just started as a kid at 6 or 7 years old down at the academy, and
Right.
are well implemented in their program. And Daryl Miller and there's Kenny Landreau being one of the Dodgers.
Sure.
That's been a coach there for years. Just a beautiful place and a great place to develop players, and not just players but students as well. They have an educational program. They do a great job there, and I've gotten some kids into some great universities.
Yeah, it was the first one in all country.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I remember writing about that.
Hey, Hunter, who's the person that you're most excited to watch you pitch here?
As a opposing like a player, or
Like
just
people coming?
people coming? I don't even know who's coming to watch me. I know my immediate family is. There's obviously some great past players that work here for the Dodgers and are on the field, pregame, postgame. So it'll be pretty special to pitch in front of them. And I know a lot of people here just being from here, and so there'll be a lot of players and past kids that I played with and friends of mine. So just to have them here, for them to see that and see that I made it. And there's also a lot of haters out there and people that said I would never even get past high school baseball. So they're going to see the game on Saturday, I'm sure. So
Did you leave tickets out for the haters?
no, man, I didn't even leave tickets out for some of my friends. I'm not going down the rabbit hole of tickets, and immediate family only. If you want to come watch me play, then you guys will pay for it. With love and respect, but
Hunter, a lot of people up in Santa Clarita have followed you since you were 6 and 7 years old. Can you describe what, for people like that, what Sunday was like for you, and have you had to shelter your phone coming here?
Oh yeah, 100%. I shut my phone down about a day and a half, 2 days leading up to Sunday's game in Atlanta. I'll probably shut my phone off tomorrow, just to stay present in the moment. That's like the most important thing for me. I'm here and here at home. I want to take it all in. Yes, it's an exciting time, but the most important thing is my game on Saturday and being able to get a win for my team and putting my team in the best position possible for that win. So that's where my mind's at. I'll enjoy my family time away from the game, but my immediate family knows where my head is at and what my focus is, and they've always been very understanding of that, which is a blessing, because I know a lot of players and just people in general, their families aren't able to really keep that in perspective and to understand that. They get on the hype train and they want to go out and party and do all these crazy things, but they don't understand the importance of what's at hand in the present moment and the focus. So my family's been great about that, and has kept me pretty locked in.
Hunter, you talked about the opportunity, and tomorrow obviously the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson and the opportunity that he paved the way for me, including yourself and others. What does that mean? What does his legacy mean to you specifically, and how do you take that and put that in your arsenal as far as just, developing your own legacy?
It's a loaded question. That's a heavy question. I'm starting my own legacy now. I would like to think that I'll be here for a while, for a long time, and my goal is to play 15, 20 years in this game. But to touch on Jackie's legacy, what he endured as a player, as a man, is unbelievable to see the grace that he played with every day on the field, the amazing teammate he was. I always get emotional talking about Jackie, but to be here in Dodger Stadium and to be here for the 75th anniversary is pretty special. I miss, I miss Jackie Robinson Day by one day I'm pitching, so kind of bummed about that, but I'm sure one of my stars will fall on Jackie Robinson Day down the line. But to be out here as a black player and as a young man, to represent him and what he stood for is super important, and to kind of shed that light on our community as well, and to let these kids know that they can do it, and to do it with grace, like I said, to always be poised and just represent. It's not just about yourself, but it's about your family and the next generation that follows.
Last question, please.
Hunter, will anyone specifically from the academy be here on Saturday, whether it be former coaches or even kids that are in the academy now?
I'd like to think so. Like I said earlier, I don't know who's coming. I know my immediate family, but I don't know anybody else. I'm not really taking care of tickets outside of my family. And like I said, I've kind of turned my phone off or shut it down. But I'd like to think that maybe Kenny will be here. Carl Nichols, who was one of the coaches at the academy in Compton, actually lives in Georgia now and runs a baseball program out there. He was there for that game. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that come out from the academy. I have some players, some friends of mine that have reached out that want to come to the game, that were teammates of mine with the academy programs that I played with. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of support from the academy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.